Welcome to your timeless tarot reading regarding a redirection in a long-standing relationship matter that needs your attention right now. This is a general reading that will have found you when the message resonates. For deeper insights, please click on my channel logo below and find my WhatsApp number under the link tree on the home page. So let's look at what is going on here with the redirection you're receiving. The cards are showing that there's a need for balance in a relationship issue. This is not a new relationship. It could be within a marriage, within a business partnership. It could also be maybe a family setting, or it could very well also be within an employment situation where you might have been stuck in a position for a long time and wondering why there's no upward movement in your career. What has led to this situation is a lack of communication. Maybe there's been too much work and you've worked too much going on in the area that we are dealing with here, leading to some very unhappy situations. These seem to have been resolved, but they're not quite resolved yet. So, when you have an argument with someone and you agreed to agree, but then you still walk away without having resolved the issue. And this is a good time for you to do some soul searching and decide what it is that you do or don't want in the relationship. What can you deal with? What can be sorted out? Because it's only going to lead to more frustration in the future if you don't worry about this exercise. I see there is a lot of security within this situation. So whether it's a marriage, a family relationship, or even a business partnership, there's a lot of security. So it's not something you can just put up and walk away from. It's not a new relationship, this. You are, you're feeling like, yes, you want to resolve things, but how can you resolve them? And the guidance that's coming from Spirit here is that it's too deep for you to let go. You just can't. You need to put some space between yourself and the situation. So think about it logically. Go for serious counseling or speak to a very true and trusted person about this who understands both sides of the story, because this is a deep matter. It's not something you're just going to be gossiping about. So let's look at what you can do right now. Counseling is a very good idea. So get yourself a counselor. You're not a person who's easily swayed, although you have got a lot of compassion within every situation, and that's how you've come this far. But you also have a lot of wisdom. So this could also be a parent-child situation where you are the one with the compassion and the wisdom. And yes, it's a lot of effort that has to be put in here. If you take the matter in hand in the very near future, then you can certainly resolve it pretty quickly. If we're talking about parent-child, it might be an addiction that you're dealing with here. It needs to be addressed. You can't hide away from it. So please do take it to heart and put in the effort that is needed. What comes up next is, yes, there will, it is going to be a bit of a struggle to even approach the topic, okay? It might be that, in a business partnership, it may be that the personalities are just so different, but you do have a measure of understanding from both sides there. And in fact, there's this level of admiration coming from both sides, where the one person admires the other one's spontaneity, the other one admires the first one's dedication and effort that they put towards things. So the mutual admiration is a good thing to start with. If this is a parent-child situation, then it's up to you to nurture this into where it needs to go. So maybe it's not just you that needs to go for counseling. Maybe it's the child. Take the necessary steps. Don't hide away from this issue, because it can only lead to a recurrence and a lot of heartbreak into the future. Okay, so then we also look at other people involved here, and yes, counselors or spiritual guidance, definitely, but it's more spiritual, the situation. And then to take it from there, where is it going to go and how will you know? So the communication, yes, in the first place, to arrive at that moment when you are quite sure that this is what is going on. So obviously you have to establish first what the situation is. From there you can start addressing the actual problem or the cause of the issue. Communication is of utmost importance here. There's no hiding away from it. You do seem to be the one with the wisdom here. So you've dealt with things like this before. You've overcome these sort of things before, and you definitely are looking at fixing the situation in the very near future. So please do address this issue. It's not something that's just going to go away or fix itself in the long run. Both parties need to practice forgiveness and also remembrance. Okay, remember that this is not something that has happened overnight. It's a long-term situation here that has been growing for a while. Sometimes this is really just a matter of communication. In this case, it looks like one party is expecting the other party to do all the work. And, if that is you that's expecting the other party to fix things because you feel that they've overstepped the line, you definitely need to communicate about this, because this situation is very capable of coming right. How you'll know it's coming right is, well, of course there's going to be some dissatisfaction from both parties, but then there's also that realization that both parties are equipped to deal with the situation. There is this bond we spoke about right in the beginning, of this being a long-term relationship. It's not a flirtatious relationship where you're hoping somebody will propose to you. That's not totally off the cards. Maybe they've waited too long. Quite honestly, what we're talking about here is developing this occurrence so that, one, it doesn't happen again, two, that there's clarity on the table and everybody can start moving forward again. The challenge here is that some people are a little stuck in their ways, not ready to communicate, or that's what they think right now. If this happens to be you, then I would like to encourage you to please do it. Say the words, okay? Take a little bit of a break. Yes, you need a bit of a break and decide how you're going to do it. Claim your space. Decide how you're going to do it. You know this is worth fighting for. And you can't do it without communicating. So, yes, it'll grind into your current relationship, but sometimes we do have to remove what is bothering in order to arrive at the reason to celebrate. And I see at the end of this, there's definitely going to be a huge improvement. And I wish you all the best. You might also benefit from the video popping up on your screen right now, and you know how to communicate with me. Click the logo under the video, not the one on the video, and you'll find me under the link tree there. Note, I will never contact you for a reading, so please do protect yourself from scammers and trolls.